A very good morning to all of you. On behalf of VIT's Career Development Center, I take great pleasure in welcoming Mr. Raghu Ayasamy, the Executive Vice President of TCS, Mr. Sudeep, the Vice President HR from TCS, Mr. Lakshman Prakash, the Engineering Industrial Services Head from TCS, Mr. Vimal and Mr. Ramraj from TCS. As you all know, we have a very long-standing relationship with TCS, which spans over more than 2 decades now. And it's not only on the recruitment front. When we talk about the industry engagement, industry academia engagement, TCS was the first to start. Now we talk about other companies coming and doing various activities on campus. But TCS was the one which started this before 20 years in the campuses. Whatever TCS does, the other companies follow. And with regards to the VIT and TCS relationship, it goes a long way. TCS hired the first 1,000 numbers. It crossed 1,000 numbers from VIT. That was way back, maybe before 20 years now. And VIT and TCS hold the national records, whether it is in ninja hiring or in digital hiring. So we still hold the record for the highest number of offers being made by TCS from a single institution. So this year we have, TCS has introduced another profile called Prime. Hopefully we will top the national record again, and hopefully all of you would support us in doing this. I would like to warmly welcome the TCS team, and without further ado, I request Dr. Anu Baisal to introduce the guest and hand over the forum to the TCS executives. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Raghuram Ayaswamy is the Senior Vice President and Global Head, Internet of Things and Digital Engineering Unit, Tata Consultancy Services. In this role, Raghu lends direction to the world's leading companies as they transform into connected digital enterprises poised for growth in the Business 4.0 era. Raghu partners with global business leaders to help them unlock new opportunities and revenue models by harnessing the combined power of IoT and emerging digital technologies. Raghu advises business leaders on strategy, development, process, and growth management. Drawing on his extensive experience, he provides direction to companies looking into develop intelligent products that focus on local markets and developing worlds and long-term strategies for global R&D management, connected plant strategies, and connected services. He is passionate about bringing business and operation transformations to enterprise across industries, helping them drive top-line growth through innovation and achieve bottom-line improvement through efficiencies. He's also an advisor to multiple global enterprises on improving their speed to market for few products, renovating their business models, and overhauling their operations process with proven impact delivered in industries like manufacturing, utilities, transportation, energy, retail, high-tech, and telecom. Raghu also holds a number of key responsibilities in many national and international fora, including serving as a board member of TCS Japan Limited, steering committee member of Engineering and R&D Council of NASSCOM, and member of the Governing Council for Center of Excellence for IoT set up by the Government of India with NASSCOM. Sir, thank you so much for your presence, and it's always an honor to have you with us, sir. Thank you, sir. Our next distinguished guest is Mr. K. Sudeep. Sudeep is currently the head of human resource for banking, financial services, and insurance vertical of Tata Consulting Services, which has a revenue of 9 billion US dollars and over 180,000 employees globally. Sudeep has been associated with TCS over the last 23 years in his almost 3 decades of HR career. He has also done his master's in human resource management and postgraduate diploma in international business and strategy from the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for your presence. We would also like to welcome Mr. Lakshmanan Prakash, who is the global HR head, the IoT and DE. Thank you so much for your presence. It's always an honor for us. At the same time, we would also love to welcome Mr. Vimal, who is the HR manager of talent acquisitions. Thank you, Vimal, sir, for your presence. Last but not the least, we would also like to welcome Mr. Ram Raj, who is the HR lead from TCS. Once again, thank you for your presence and for your valued, sir. Thank you, sir. Now, I request Raghuram Ayoswamy, the Senior Vice President and Global Head IoT, to please address the crowd. Please, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good morning. Not able to hear well. Morning. Thank you. Great honor to be here at Vellore Institute of Technology, VIT, and think we are meeting all the students from not only Vellore, but other campuses as well. And warm welcome to this TCS placement talk. I'm quite thrilled to be here amongst all of you to introduce TCS and talk about the current happenings in TCS and what is exciting. But before we start that, I want to just take a small couplet of small story, if I can. In 1987, almost like all of you here, a young graduate from National Institute of Technology, Trichy, joined TCS. And later, he built his career with multiple global roles in TCS, from a young engineer to a team leader, to a project manager, to a group leader, delivery head, to executive positions consistently. And then he became the CEO of TCS. And not only that, he was CEO of TCS for almost 8 years. And later on, he became the chairman of Tata Sons, which is the largest, the Tata Group entity, and all the Tata Group companies together. Do you know who is that? Who's the chairman of the Tata Group? Hello? Name? N. Chandrasekharan. So you can imagine who, as an young engineer like you, started in 87, 30 years later, 2017, he became the chairman of $120 billion Tata Group. So this is the level of career development you can look at and you can aspire if you are looking at group company like TCS and the Tata Group. So what is then the Tata Group and what is then is TCS? Let's look at a small video here. You'll play? Okay. Great. If you have seen the diversity of the Tata Group, the different businesses the Tata Group is, and within that TCS is an integral part of this Tata Group, as and ethics, integrity, and value systems are very core to our operations. And as you might have, you can see, as Mr. J.R.D. Tata points out, no success or achievement is material unless it is worthwhile, unless it is achieved and serves the needs of the country and its people and achieved by fair and honest means. This is very important because all of us hold certain values in our heart, and the Tata Group stands for this integrity and ethics in business and how they give that back to the community. So coming into TCS, as you can see, TCS has started in 1968, and now our turnover is close to around 28 billion US dollars and covering close to around 2,700 global customers and operating at 50 plus countries globally. It's a massive organization, and our market cap, it keeps varying according to our share price. It is close to around $140 billion, the market cap of TCS today. And it is the largest number one IT company in India. TCS, as you all know, has been very a strong enabler of growth for us here in this country. Even though we do a lot of business overseas with global customers in banking, manufacturing, telecom, retail, many industries, but we also play an integral role in the development of India and the country's systems. I wanted to give you a quick highlight of some of the projects that really brought transformational digital capabilities to India. And if you see behind who has done this project, you will see TCS behind all of such transformational projects. I'm sure many of you would have definitely visited the Passport Seva Kendra for your passport. And today, I think many of you might not have seen what the passport offices used to be 10 years back, because you were not part of that generation, but we were all part of that generation. If you go to a passport office those days, it will be like a government office with a lot of papers, brokers, agents, and chaos all around, and you don't know when you will submit the application, when you will get the passport back. It's a massively complex government organization. Today, if you go to a passport office, it is almost like a sophisticated Starbucks coffee shop, right? And you take your token, you go through all those lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meet the regional passport officers, you get SMS, you get email intimations, and everything is digital. There is no paper. You can't see any paper in the office. They scan, they take biometric, they take photograph, and passport gets delivered in 2 to 3 weeks time flat. No need for anybody to kind of question, do brokerage, all of this. And this is not easy. And a country which has been plagued with this kind of complexity and put a digital solution and transform, only TCS can do. And if TCS can do, people like you have to be part of it. Thank you. And the next one is very interesting. It is today, if you like, going from a vegetable vendor to a textile shop to a huge banking transaction, India leads. India leads, and there are a lot of foreign countries coming to India to visit how this UPI system works. So the national, what they call as the National Payment Interface System, the NPI, the entire architecture of that software today that runs your UPI across all the UPI platforms is done by TCS for the government of India. Then if you come to the whole system of financial inclusion across the various platforms, from the villages and all the digital platform that is required, it's again done by TCS. And the largest healthcare platform that the government of India launched, the Ayushman Bharat program, again is a project of TCS. I can keep on giving you a lot of that, the transformation we did in company secretaries, the post office, many such transformations have been done by TCS in this country. In addition to the businesses we go and do in overseas. And we are also part of number of programs for the government in defense and many of those areas, and achieving this country to be a leader in any of this technology. If you take some of this technology like payment interface, UPI, today India is the leader. Even countries like US doesn't have this level of maturity. And TCS has done that. This is the scalability, the modularity that is needed, the various ecosystems on which the UPI payment interface has to operate, the security it is needed, all that is built by the technological prowess of TCS teams. And today, as TCS, we are looking at what is the next generation of technologies are going to be. I come from the business division of TCS that works on some of the most niche technologies that today you can experience in the world. We have a lab in Pune where we have a completely autonomous car, which all the features that are required for a level 1, level 2, and level 3 autonomy. You can actually call the car and you can make a command that go and valet park. The car will go from the Porsche to the parking lot and park itself in the designated parking lot without any human interface. The entire computer systems, the algorithm, and the whole architecture of the chip and embedded system software, everything is orchestrated, designed, developed by TCS engineers sitting in our offices in Pune. And many of the alumni of your institute are part of that team, and they are working with us. And very exciting work they are doing in autonomous car. And we will do more and more such work for customers like General Motors, Ford, and many tier one systems, and of course, our own Tata Group company, Jaguar and Land Rover. We are also doing a lot of work. Go back to the previous slide. We are also doing a lot of work on AI. Today, I'm sure you are very familiar with artificial intelligence and generative AI. There are close to more than 200 projects we are executing today on generative AI across many verticals and domains, starting from banking to retail industries to manufacturing, to telecom and communication media. Every industry today we are working on generative AI program. In my own team, we are working on generative AI, developing solutions on number of industrial setting, especially in autonomous car itself. We are using generative AI to take data from LiDAR, ultrasonic sensors and camera in the car, how to do the data fusion and also use that to generate more information and decisions in milliseconds for the car to operate on an autonomous situation. So very interesting. Our teams are getting more and more. We use NVIDIA's large language models. We use OpenAI large language models. So there are huge investments TCS has made in the cooperations with LLMs and creating this Gen AI solutions. So who are all the teams that are doing this? So we have close to around 600,000 employees worldwide today. TCS, all of TCS across India, North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, Australia, New Zealand. On every country we operate, we have 600,000. Almost 35% of them are women employees, and they all come from, of course, our Indian population is significant, but we also have more than 152 nationalities, people from Latin America, people from Japan, people from many other countries like Spain, Portugal. What does it really mean in a working environment? We get exposure to work with multitude of cultures, multitude of diverse people, and we get a very global setting. For example, I work in my area with Japan very closely. And if you go to Japan, we have almost 5,000 engineers working for Japanese project from my team, and 1,000 of them are in Japan itself, and 4,000 are in India. But we get to know their culture, their language. Many of our engineers are now trained in Japanese language. We get to know some of the Japanese technologies, people. So it's a very diverse experience of being part of a global company, and which is also giving that diversity of opportunity to reach out to the global setting. We also, excuse me. We also have a lot of investment on training and learning, especially now that technologies like Gen AI is coming. TCS is giving a lot of opportunity for learning. So there are learning courses which you can subscribe directly from your TCS ID, and you can take it in any form. You can keep it in your mobile and take the course while going in the bus. You can take this digital learning like a gamified learning. And we also sponsor the certifications. If you want the certification from AI institutes or any standardized approved courses, TCS will pay for the certification charges. So the amount of training opportunity, skilling opportunity is very huge. Next, please. We have a huge team. While many people work on projects, there is another team that works on the next generation. They keep looking at the horizon, what we call as Horizon 2, Horizon 3 kind of technologies. Quantum computing, increased Gen AI usage, materials, biotechnology related to molecular discoveries. These are all the things what TCS Research and Innovation Group does. It has around 6,500 researchers. They file a lot of patent. As you can see, there are almost like 3,000 patents have been filed by them. And the research they do over a period of time will start flowing into the technology and engagements that TCS does. So today, quantum computing is very nascent. It's a huge technology opportunity, but it is very nascent. It is still not get to a usage of common usage. Maybe in 3 years, it will become popular and we can start using quantum computers. But today we are already investing on it. We are having people working on it. We work with a lot of academics like VIT here, IITs, IIScs, many institutes in globally also, like Carnegie Mellon in the US. And we also work with a lot of startup companies. Some people feel I need a startup experience, startup kind of technology. I'm focused on technology. I'm a nerd. I want to experiment with technology. I need that experience to break things and do things on technology. We work with startups. So startups, because they are not able to reach the customers, they work with TCS, because TCS will reach to more than 2,000 customers. So some of the startups on data, analytics, or IoT, sensors, they work with us, and we give opportunity for our engineers to really build some path-leading, disruptive solutions, nerd solutions that we can actually take it to market with customers. So you get that experience also. If you are of that kind, I'm of technology kind, and I want to have a kind of nerd environment and a garage environment, there is possibility with research and innovation. Next, please. Again, sustainability is a very big agenda for us, and being a part of Tata Group itself, there is a huge push that whatever we do, we will do in a environmental friendly manner. TCS itself has declared that by 2030, we will be net zero. That is, we will not generate any excess carbon dioxide to the environment. We'll be net zero. Today, we use almost like close to around 400 gigawatt hours of energy for our offices, buildings, data centers, and all. 400 gigawatt hours of energy. Half of that, close to around 230 gigawatt hours of energy, actually comes from renewable energies. So we source that from wind farms, solar farms, and a whole lot of renewable energy sources. We purchase that energy because we don't want to pollute the environment. So a lot of focus on sustainability in all the 3 dimensions: people, on the planet, and as well as on the business side of it. And we also have a lot of work that is going on with the communities, which is part of our corporate social responsibility initiatives. Many things are going in the school. We are going and teaching students in US, and being in a country like US where the focus on STEM education, they call us science, technology, engineering, and math. STEM education is going down. TCS is actually going to the schools in US, the 8th graders, 9th graders, 10th graders. We are supplying them computers. We are getting them more oriented to STEM education. As much as a lot of work is happening here in India as well on literacy and overall education and social systems. Next, please. And from business side also, as I talked, we are working, we ourselves are doing a lot of solutions on distributed energy management, the use of renewables. And TCS built a lot of products or solutions that address that. I will give example of 2 such solutions. Next, please. The intelligent power plant is an AI-based tools that can be used in any power generation plant using gas or coal or even wind and solar power to actually optimize the power generation and reduce carbon dioxide emission. So this is a tool that is TCS developed this AI-based tool, intelligent power plant, IP2 we call that, and uses IoT, AI, and digital twins. Today it is used by a large Japanese utility company. In 5 of their plants in Japan, this tool is running. And similarly, Tata Power, which is a Tata Group company in India, both in their plant in Bombay as well as in other site, they are using this tool. And we will keep building such tools to bring the sustainability agenda to the fore and to ensure that we create very green and future-ready earth around us. Next, please. This is another tool, we call that as TCS EnviroZone. It provides the business data and executive dashboard to monitor the scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3 emission. If you have followed the Paris Convention as well as the COP norms, reducing scope 2, scope 3 emission is primary focus of many of the businesses and industries, but that needs measurement, reporting, and executive dashboards. So today we are offering AI and ML-based predictive system to kind of measure as well as find opportunities for reducing the carbon dioxide emissions. Next, please. This is another solution that optimizes the AI-based solution that reduces shopping experience and provide a very intuitive capability for retailers. Again, it kind of takes preferences of multiple inputs in a retail setting and how you can bring the optimization to the fore using AI/ML technologies. Next, please. And again, in order for us to improve more and more greener pastures, we built, working with various rural as well as many other agriculture-centric industries like Agrium and many of these industries, a digital farming solution. So it will measure moisture, it will create maps and images of crops so that it can understand where the crop damage is due to pest and other birds and other damages. And then you can use insecticide or any other safe ways of protecting the crop. And this is called a digital farming solution, which TCS has developed. Next, please. And today, TCS brand is well recognized across all the major brand recognition agencies. Our brand continues to command a very high position in all the brand marketing agencies results and analysis. And it's not just India, it's basically a global brand that we enjoy today. And especially in talent, we have got number of recognitions across Best Employer Award and the recognition here in India as well as in other European and in North America, many countries. So you can see awards for best use of reward and recognition schemes, achievement in workforce development and learning, and best learning team, future skill awards, gold medal. So these are all, when I say recognition, it's not to boast our position, but it shows that TCS cares. TCS put the right amount of attention to our employees for their skill development and their general welfare and their campus living, that the life they will enjoy with TCS. Next, please. And today, as I said, while we are working with many great India projects, we are also the top digital transformation partners for many, many global companies. So if you join TCS, you will get an opportunity to work with many of the major customers or logos in the industry segments, be it banking, travel. You can see life sciences, companies like Cardinal Health, AstraZeneca, or in high tech, it is Microsoft, Hitachi, or manufacturing, General Motors, Nissan, or retail industries like Mark and Spencer is one of the leading retailer. It's there in India also, but they are the big company in UK and also in Woolworths in Australia. So these are all the big customers of TCS. And when you join TCS, your projects will take you to many of these customers and also to many of the regions or global locations where these customers operate. So the experience will be far more rewarding, satisfying. Next. And it is taking you to a whole lot of new opportunities. And now I would request Sudeep to walk you through some of the journey you can take with TCS and what it holds for you. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Raghu. It's always inspiring and learning every time listening into you and the examples that you always quote. Thank you very much. And friends, thank you. Foremost, thanks to VIT, Sam, the entire placement team for giving us the opportunity. Like said, the risk of making myself old. I'm saying, I mean, I started off coming to campus, and I think, like what Sam mentioned, TCS was the first company that ever did campus recruitment in VIT, right? In 2021, close to, right? And I had the opportunity to be part of the team that visited then. And it's great to see how this institution has gone. I know many of you are not born then. Just born. Okay. So, but that's where the association is, right? And that's how we have grown, right? And the success of us as an organization is thanks to institutes like VIT who have contributed significantly, and some of your alumnus who are holding very senior positions in organization and setting our directions to be the #1 company, right? That's where it is. So see, I'll come to brass tacks very fast. You heard, how many of you knew some of these things that Mr. Raghu Ayaswamy shared about TCS? Did you know that we do some of these things? I just see 3, 4 hands up. That's it. Yeah. So you're all hired, okay? So, see, I know, see, let me bring the elephant out in the room, okay? Whenever you look at TCS, right, the way all of you see is, okay, aayega TCS, job mil jayega. Right? So that's the way you always see that as a bulk recruiter, right? He'll come and then take all of us, right? And never the top preference, right? It is where it is. And sometimes, okay, you always have feedback on what TCS and the type of quality of work, whatever we have, right? So today, see, whenever I tell you, and thanks to social media, it becomes more sharper and more real time to all of you, right? And I always have this view on social media, right, which I've read somewhere and sort of very strongly believe. Social media helps keep our friends and family and loved ones closer. You all agree? Real time, right? But it helps one more, which we don't sometimes realize, to even become our enemies even more closer. Hate, you see a lot more hate out there, right? So the social media algorithms, I'm sure all of you know, is actually done to a famous that it actually promotes negative news a lot, right? That's how it is done, news, right? Negative news always, that's why you don't get the good news always on the front page. You get the negative, so that's where it is. So see, today is all about you, right? And it's about each of you, because I'm sure all of you are here because you have chosen to start a career and then maybe pursue your aspiration to do your higher education, or some of you are doing a master's and you want to start your career. It's all about you, and you have to make a very well-informed decision, right? And the choice that you make very carefully, and you have to make that choices, not because someone tells you. You got to experience it and you have to make it fact-based, right? And here's an opportunity. This interaction exactly means to bring those facts to you and to make it very, very honest, right? And whatever I say here, whatever we say here is very verifiable. Your social media, you know, you are the geeks, can quickly search it up in your mobile phones and find the facts and verify them, right? So that's where it is. So I just want to do a quick poll, right? And I've got this 9 factors I think, in my experience, are very key to make a decision of what the type of companies that you want to join, right? When you have a choice, then you have certain criteria and you tick and do that. So I'll call up them and I just want to talk about it and then dwell about how TCS stands in each of these things, right? So the first and foremost, most important, let me see if I can relate to you, salary. Correct? How many of you agree? Come on, don't lie. Yeah. Good, 100% of this room. Yeah, exactly. So salary makes the decision. So we have some good news, right? And I'll keep the good news to the last, right? So we will talk about it and how it is. And we have to be competitive. Yeah, see, now I can see the vibrations. Okay, so it's there and we'll get that across. So salary is definitely one, right? Second, very important, work-life balance. Perfect. Again, salary acha, work-life balance bhi acha chahiye. Type, so okay, it is real and that's where it is. So we focus on work-life balance. And I'm telling you, what is an indication of a work-life balance? When your work-life balance is very poor, what do? You leave the company. Correct? Right? And you're unhappy, right? You don't do good endorsements of the company. I just want to tell you, TCS consistently, over years, you can do research. Even the recent one, LinkedIn, through people in the rank company, we were ranked the #1 employer in this country. In LinkedIn, right? Very credible platform. We can't buy them. Correct? Ranks TCS #1 employer. So it has got to do something around it, right? So that's where it is. And that exactly. And when do you rank your employer #1? And you're happy because you have the right things that meets your expectations. Right? So that is it. And many of the companies that still pay best are not there in there. Because you always have to look at job more holistic. Right? So you look at consistently over decades. Right? That's where it is. And we are ranked. So it clearly is a testimony of how our employees, the 600,000 people, and it's not in India, it's global, right? See us as a company and value as a company and are happy about being part of it, right? So that's, you agree with me on the endorsement? Okay, great. So that's fact number 2, okay? Third, how many of you believe role is very important? Okay, the slide is there, role is important. But role with no salary, lesser salary, okay? Good, yeah. All of you are hired, right? So, yes, but yes, that's the opportunity, right? If you look at it, right? Salary is there, don't worry, we'll get you, okay? So, what happens is, see, role is important, salary is equally important. But I'll tell you my own wisdom of the almost 3 decades, always start good with roles. A company gets you hands-on and you can build. And that foundation always helps you to build. And sometimes we make our own judgment to start certain things, but sometimes we may get wrong in our judgment. And you should have the opportunity for trial and error early part of your career, right? And that's what we exactly do. So an organization like us can let you give the flexibility of choosing various roles, domain, technologies. So you have it all. So I can tell you, in a technology world, in a business domain, because you have the best of the customers, like top 8 of the Fortune 10 companies, 80% of the top companies are our customers. And we do cutting edge technology and innovation with them, right? So you have an opportunity to explore, fail, try, and build it. And that's the actual. So there is enough opportunity, and every one of you have a role, irrespective of what discipline. If you have a mechanical engineer, you're biomedical, you're into civil, you're into electricals, you're into artificial intelligence. Needless to say, we have a role that suits your aspirations and where you can bring value to yourself and to the organization. So that's the opportunity, right? How many of you want to work for a leader, a company that sets the trend? Great. A leader and a trend. Do you think TCS does that? Okay, I'll just tell you, because which was the first IT services company in the country? Which is the first IT services company? Who brought IT to the country? This TCS. Let's get it absolutely clear. The first IT services, right? In 1968, when India was still known to be bullock carts and snake charmers, we had our visionary, Mr. Fakir Chand Kohli, who is considered the father of Indian IT industry, who had set up a team, went to London, New York, and said, we'll deliver world-class software from India. No one believed us. And even some of the customers, and I'm sure Raghu can add, they said, are you sure it is software or is it knitwear? That's how India, they used to look at India. Today, there is no company in the world that does not have India in that technology map. Correct? If India is not there in that technology landscape or talent landscape, they're not relevant. And that's the transformation this company has brought to this country. And we are very proud to be a part of building that journey and continue to build that journey. And when we started this journey 55 years ago, and we continue to be in the pole position. There's not a single company still who is ahead of us. Is it easy to be the leader of 55 years? Right? They always say it's easy to get there, but difficult to be there. And we have been there 55 years and continue to be. And thanks to all of you, I mean, institutions, your alumnus, who was able to make that happen for us. And exactly why we come again and again back to institutions like yours and reach out to all of you so that you can continue to help us and take the mantle and build it from here. Right? And that's where we want you. Right? So that's what it is. Right? So today, TCS, in terms of market capital, as you heard Mr. Raghu saying about it, we are the second largest valuable company in the world. So if someone has to buy an IT company, we're the second most expensive company. And most of the IBMs are behind it. Right? Or companies we started even 30, 40, 100 years ahead of us. And we continue to keep a challenge. Right? And sometimes we are even the number one. Right? And it keeps moving. So leader and a pioneer. So be it any technology, right? Even today in Gen AI, right? Working on the latest of the things, algorithms and things, we are doing cutting edge because you don't see us, right? Because we work with a lot of the backend. Like Mr. Raghu talked about banking. Today, if you do a GPA and you find that money going out, the entire network and the payment gateway that connects all the banks was built by TCS. But you don't experience it, right? Today, we are working on path breaking. See, today, telecommunication future with cybersecurity and various things are extremely risky, right? So what happens is today we are working with the government, with BSNL, to build a completely indigenous 5G network for the country, which cannot be broken by anyone. So no equipment, no hardware, no network, nothing exported, because future of telecommunications got secure, right? And you are prone for so much cybersecurity. We are building that, right? And many more such nation building things that TCS is building. But you don't get to experience it, right? Because you see, we work in the back end, we're doing high-end stuff. So that's the critical one that we talk about, right? So, as I said, leader and pioneering. I can give you hundreds of such examples, right, that we can do. The second thing, the opening slide that Mr. Raghu talked about it. Purpose and sustainability. How many of you believe purpose and sustainability is very important as an organization? Perfect. Great. Good, because as youth, we have to help communities, right? So the vision of Mr. Jamshedji Tata, who's one of the founders of the Tata Group, was community is just not another stakeholder, but the very purpose of our existence. And that was a vision he set 155 years ago, where the rest of the Western world was still in slavery, right? World War, crime. But here, I'm telling you, we had Tata Group in 1870, had creche for women, had working hours for women. 1870, get me, I'm not talking about 1970, even pre-independence. A lot of the employee handbooks that we talk about, Provident Fund, today India has, were all employee handbooks of the Tata Group. So that's the vision of care, employee, right? So we are talking about purpose. Today, do you know which is the largest organization which contributes to philanthropy? Bill Gates Foundation, Warren Buffett Foundation. Google it up. It's Tata Group. We spent over $100 billion over charity on elevating the poor, the rich, the deserving people across the globe in part of it. So basically, every dollar that TCS makes, 47 cents that we make goes back to charity. That's committed because 66% of Tata Group, TCS, is held by philanthropic trusts. So it's not that I have to write a check. It is the way company is structured. The moment I make $1, boom, 47 cents goes out to help people in need. That's the way. And it was not done recently. It was done when the company was founded, right? Tata Group was done. So today, the world's largest company which does. Is that something not proud of, that you can say a company from country or India is able to do that, right? So that's the group and that's what it is, right? So purpose and sustainability. You heard about sustainability that Mr. Yoga talked. So by 2030, we have a vision to be neutral, carbon neutral, 2030. So we are there on the plan. We will be the most sustainable or zero carbon organization by 2030. The other one, all of us are proud Indians, right? Whom do you want to help be the best? Our country? Yes. And you can't talk about any other company that does work to build national planning. And that was a classic example, right? To put our nation ahead of everyone else and make it the benchmark. So extensive amount of work happening in citizen services, right? Banking, defense, various things. A lot of things are confidential. We can't talk about it, where we do cutting edge in nation building, right? Two, the latest things on Tata Electronics, right? Which Mr. Raghu talked about, on how we are bringing cutting edge technology into chip design, right? And eventually even to semiconductor fabs that will be part of the vision that the country has in terms of and how we play a very, very strong role in doing that. So every one of us, right, I'm talking, have an opportunity to be partnering in this and contributing that. So nation building, right? Again, you click it, I can tell you TCS and the Tata Group stands. Inclusion and diversity, important. I thought it means very, very thing. So we are an equal opportunity employer. We are bound by the Tata Code of Conduct. We can never make any discrimination on anything that we do. And that's where we are. And 35%, we are the largest women employer in this country, right? And we do everything from an employee safety first and do that. So very, very inclusive and very, very, right, organization which extensively embraces diversity to a great extent. Employee care, important. Your care, family care. So again, I can tell you, our employee health insurance and the employee benefits are the gold standard in the country. In fact, during the pandemic, which was the most testing times, right? That not just us, all of you are very young, our families, relatives, the closest one, right? We had very, very tough times, right? We had done everything to take care of just our families, our associates, but their families. So we ran the largest private company to run a vaccination camp. By September 2021, we had vaccinated the entire Tata Group families, employees and their families, by running a private vaccination camp in almost 300 cities. That's the commitment that we have for our employees. Right? So that is what it is. And then learning, how much is lifelong learning, how much is important for you? And again to say, we have won every learning development award that any institutions have ever done. TCS won every of the award in flying colors. So it's very democratized. It's on your mobile and part of it. So did I cover all the critical ones that makes you decide which company you want to join? Work location important, right? Yes. So there's no company which is as distributed as us in this country, and globally you saw 50 countries to be able to give you a job. So work location also unparalleled. So does it meet all your criteria? So the only thing that needs to work is the perception. But each of you can be the change by how you participate and how you do it and how you can make an impact, right? So that's the thing. So go back, validate whatever I said, check, reaffirm. I know a trust is a little missing nowadays. You always need to see it on social media to be able to be a doubly sure. So check that, validate, and that's what TCS is. The rest is more specifics. Like, I don't want to build on the talent journey here, right? It's simple. Whenever we come to any campus placement, Mr. Raghu started his conversation on it. We must be hiring the future CEO of the company in this group, and we must be having them here. So we're extremely careful when we do that, right? And that is what we believe, right? So every one of you have an opportunity to be the CEO or the chairman of the Tata Group. And that's the opportunity that everyone have. It's just that how bold, how courageous are we, and how we embrace and give it our best to be able to make that. So needless to say, you can charter your journey being a domain, technology, sales, marketing, finance, just irrespective of whatever field you come, right? That's a choice that we have in a company like us, right? And then learnings, I'm telling you, I'm not getting into the details, right? Those are the things. We have programs, tie-ups with the best of the universities globally, right? We have programs from the best of Ivy League business schools, the best of the IITs here, where we sponsor students, and you all have the opportunity to be part of it. Because when you are a leader, you have to build constant capability. You partner with the best of the universities globally, and then that's how you give opportunity to learn and build yourself, right? So that's where it works. So this is it. So we are inviting. So are you all excited? So how many are going to give your best to get into TCS? Did I change your perception that we are a bulk recruiter and a commodity employer? Did I change? Put up your hands. Really? Great. Thank you. Very good. Yeah. Okay. So this is it. So we have 3 tiers of comp, right? And the first one is Ninja, which has been always our part of it, where all of you are able to come on to help, say, technology, services there, wherever that you are providing, right? And that's the first one that we have. So we have 3 tiers, and all of you will be writing the national qualifier test. And I know I can see with the murmurs that you're not very impressed with the number. Okay, where's a big number? You talk to us, bring that up. Yeah, right. So that's what you want to see. So this is the first one. Yeah, this may be a little interesting for you. The digital one, again, hardcore technology, software development, programming, cutting edge innovation, architecture, integration, new cloud, data analytics. This is the type of role that comes in here, right? Full stack engineer, solution architect, right? These sort of roles, right? And this, you find the salary here. Yeah, 7 lakhs and 7.3 lakhs for the PG, right? So this is what. So this is the second tier that we have, and we are part of it. And this is where Sam was mentioning that we did hire a lot of your students, and you did part of it. Then the one that I said, which will come This is our launch, and we are giving it exclusively for a select set of Premier Institute. Okay. And that's called the TCS Prime. And here, this role will be very specifically handpicked for, and again, it's based on your test, to really work on latest technologies using algorithms, right? Gen AI technologies to work on with the customers to transform and shape their future of products and services that they do. So you will have consulting to do with customers. You will be in workshops, design thinking, brainstorming sessions that we will do. A lot more to work with CXOs, CIOs of these top Fortune companies globally. And the salary that we offer here is 9 lakhs and 11.5 lakhs for the PG. So this is the one that we said is the new one that we are introducing. I know you're still not very happy, right? I mean, we can't give you those 10s and 20s of lakhs, right? Because we still have a lot of people who have joined you and there. So this is the other one. And my request is between Ninja, Digital, and Prime, all of you should give your best, because the assessment that we are going to do, it's more adaptive, is going to be able to decide. And we are going to be categorizing you based on that assessment to be able to get you for the interview. So are you happy with this 11 lakh? 9 point? Yeah? Okay. Something worth a try? Yeah? Good. Thank you. So that is where it is. All of you have registered. I'm not going to bore you much onto this now. You know the nuances here. You have registered, right? The test will happen. You will get very soon. We'll be doing it in the TCS testing centers where typically you would have written your JEE exams and so forth. They are all, again, a service that TCS provides, right? Interviews will be in person. You're going to come to campus after almost 5 years, right, to do interviews here. So we're going to be here, and you're going to get opportunity to talk to experts, leaders you want to work for, and get a lot more of your questions clarified and answered, and the offers. And a lot of all these things will be completely online that we will be looking at it, right? Eligibility criteria, you already registered. I will not get into it, right? If you have questions, we can get in. Move on, right? So as I talked about, our health benefits, employee care are unparalleled and provides. So when you look at, don't just see salaries, right? Only you see that 20 lakhs and you get, wow, right? But please look at the package holistic. So here, a health insurance for minimum, right? You talk about 12 lakhs to 22 lakhs for you and your dependents. That's your parents, right? And yourself, and then eventually your family's extended, right? You secure, right? So that is where it is. And this is, again, not many organizations give you, health insurance. These are unparalleled, right? On part of it. Employee assistance, welfare, safety, various other things. Yeah. And it's not work. We have a lot of fun. I'm sure you've seen in the YouTube, all the dance parties, the food carnivals, the music festivals, the family days that you have. So there is a lot of fun. You are in any hobby, right? You are in any sports. We have a team. We have things, right? And very important, the most inclusive sport that anyone can do is running, correct? You don't have to do anything. You don't have to buy anything. Just if you're barefoot, walk in. TCS sponsors the world's top marathons. You've seen that, right? Name it: New York, London, Berlin. Berlin, we are the technology sponsor. Australia, Sydney, Canberra, right? Everywhere. Singapore, we are the sponsors, extremely promoting wellness. Health is very, very top priority, right? In fact, our chairman himself is a very strong athlete and a very strong marathoner. A lot of us are, and we do a lot of long distance running, and that builds camaraderie and a lot of part of it. Fit for life is that element. Purpose for life is giving back to the community, to core of what Tata Group is, right? As I said, the very purpose of our existence is the community. And you keep that integrity high, you will have a very successful organization that we have had over the 155 years. So that's what it is. And yeah, to prepare for your exams, to get good hands-on, get the factual, don't go to YouTube and other things. You will have a lot of people giving you a lot of influences and things. Go to Launchpad, TCS certified, authentic learning content to prepare well for your exams, prepare well for your interviews, and do well. So that's exactly it is. The link is out there. Just Google up TCS Launchpad. You will find them. And Excited to work with us? Can't hear. Can't hear. Great. Thank you very much and really appreciate your patient listening. Right. With that, I open up for any questions that you have and we'll be happy to answer them.
Yeah, guys, any questions? Mic check, mic check. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, very much.
Sir, I'm assuming there's a lot of flexibility in the technology track when you enter TCS. But looking at Prime, it seems much more focused and targeted. So can we assume there is maybe less of a flexibility once we get into Prime, or does TCS offer the same level of change? So I can go from NLP to IoT to whatever.
Yes. See, as long as they're new age technologies, right? And you play a consulting role and you are able to play a very transformative role, right? And that's an architect or a consultant role. It doesn't matter on what technology you do or what business you do or what domain you do. As long as you're versatile, you're good at that, we build, right? So we always do that. So there are a lot of people who started their career with banking, but today are best of experts in even in IoT and so forth, right? So yes, that always remains as long as the nature of work that you're doing, leveraging latest technologies are consistent.
So you would say it's more of a visionary role rather than.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions?
Or a hand mic. 1 minute. Yeah. Yes, please.
You had mentioned about a quantum computing field that TCS is looking into. So I would like to know two things mainly. What would be the roadmap? Say, for example, I joined at the lowest tier. Say I joined at Ninja tier. What would be the roadmap to go into the quantum computing field of TCS, the group that you mentioned? The roadmap, the skill set, all that. And the second question is, what is TCS's vision, their motivation for looking into quantum computing?
I think as I said, the motivation for TCS to look at quantum computing is it is an emerging technology. So we have classified technologies in, you might have probably know the name of Harvard professor, MIT professor, Clayton Christensen. So we follow the Clayton's model of innovation. You can probably read his book, very nice book called Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton Christensen. And we call that as Clay model. It is like Horizon 1 is day-to-day technologies. Horizon 2 is midterm. Within the next 2-3 years, it will become very common use and deployable. And Horizon 3 is emerging. It is in some haziness is there, whether it is a successful technology or not, but it is coming up in the horizon. So quantum computing is in Horizon 3 now. So we make that investment because we have to be ready when it moves to Horizon 2. So that is what our thinking is. So what is quantum computing? Where is it going? Which are all the institutes that are pioneering it? And what kind of collaborations and partnerships we need? How do we incubate that knowledge and the skill in TCS? That's what the research and innovation wing of TCS will take that responsibility, and there will be a group that will start working on it, working with all the technology players and startups and all of that, academics, all of that. What is the role? Especially, I think if you really look at, as I said, if your interest is deep tech, nerd type of technology, and you want to work this kind of thing, then you will go into that R&I group, and obviously they will also have certain requirements of competency and skill level. And From that group, you will be part of the quantum computing group working on that research. And you can expand your research horizons working with that group.
Thank you, Ruben. I hope that answered your question.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
So, as Sir previously spoke, he was talking about, having ties with multiple global universities. So the first thing that popped up in my mind was the New York Spaceport project of TCS with Cornell Technologies. And you are all talking sustainable technologies, yeah? So I want to know how you would use AR, VR, or any other, cutting edge technologies into spreading awareness to common folks, not people who are technically centered, to just common mass of people. How do you spread awareness using these cutting edge technologies to common people? I want to know that.
So brilliant, right? So you had the examples in few things. First thing is we had early times Krishi, right? And even fishing, right? We, as part of social responsibility, I'm very glad you have done your research on Passport and the thing research that we do with Cornell and Carnegie Mellon. So what we have done is Krishi was part of our R&D team, where you saw that it became a product where we could give sensors, work with Tata Chemicals, go to farmers, put things and tell, these are the weather patterns. These are how the weather forecast look. This is your soil's composition. And these are the type of plants, right? Crops that you should grow, which will give you better yield. And from there, reverse engineering, connecting it to the market, to the wholesalers, and saying this is the best way you price it and you can sell, this is the money that you should get. So one. Second one that we did was to actually even fishermen, when they went to the sea, do geo mapping, understanding where are their pockets of fish, where to spread your net. So you get better harvest. Once you get your harvest, the perish time is very high on fish. So how is the fastest tide thing to get to your dock so that you can reach it to the middleman who can buy it? So we have in basic feature phones of how they can get these basic latitude, longitude, and they can go and do that. Second, rural medical, you heard about it. Through AIMS, we have virtual tie-up and sensors that we have deployed from our R&D teams where you can do ECG, blood check, heart checks, and then doctors sitting in other cities can actually diagnose people. So this is it. So we have to get last mile, right? Getting across to be able to get those things. So these are some examples of how these innovations we get in scale to the deserving people and get them benefited out of it. You want to add anything or did I cover?
No, I think if you really look at how some of these technologies AI is going, I think it is in the form of, if you really look at the Ayushman Bharat, the one which we are working with Government of India, we really want to use AI to really reach to the rural medical health. Can we do some basic level of diagnosis and measurement at the rural center and use that data to really predict in terms of treatments and healthcare for people? Second, in a common setting, I'm giving another example. We are working with a global healthcare insurance providers. So insurance, when you look at the healthcare insurance, it's not about paying a premium for a coverage, but about wellness. So we have created a solution where a person who is able to spend more time on wellness, that is periodic tests, going to the gym, maintaining fitness regime, following diet, and all of this data is pulled into this AI platform. And this is able to tell the insurer that this person is more focused on keeping fit and wellness. So his premium will be accordingly priced lower compared to somebody who is not necessarily following all that. So you are taking AI from a technology primitive position to an application level where it can be used for day-to-day life itself for a person. So there are a number of examples. For want of time, I've just gave only one example here.
Thank you. Did we answer your question?
Yeah. I'm so sorry to take up, a little more of your time. So I want to know what would be the scope for us Indians to work in international projects like that? Consider me going a little beyond as, a fresher, but what would be the scope and what would you expect from us?
Every one of you will have an opportunity to work for international customers. So while we gave a lot of example of national building, 80% of our employees work for global customers. Right? While we focus a lot on nation building, 80% of our revenue also comes from international customers. So there is enough customers and every one of us an opportunity. So, but just don't get very fixated. This is how I will do. Keep an open mind. You are going to have a career for 40 years. Be explorative, open, try different things, and then you get that opportunity. So every one of us have, right? Like I said, 80% are global marquee brands, Fortune 100 companies that we work for. So that's where we are.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Hello, sir. I'm a data science student. What skills set DTS expect from us?
Skill sets.
And what are the job roles for data science students?
So data science, simple straight thing. We want people to be strong data science engineers or good data architects, right? Good persons who are good data modelers, analytics. So enough of space, right? From doing data visualization, you have a lot of opportunities from the bottom to top. So we have a lot of roles. But what you need to come with the skill set, right? See, what is the most important that we look for is the right attitude. When I talk about right attitude, come with an open mind to learn early part of your career, right? Second, when you say something that I'm done, I'm aspiring to do this, I want to quantum and things, we'll first look for, have you done something? It's good to wish that I want to be in the moon. But have you done something in the last 4 years or the 20 years that you have lived? What have you done? Right? Your actions should be able to justify the claims that you are there. Because if I have two people, one who is saying that I want to do wow, but someone who's already done, and then claims I will prefer the second one who's actually done, which means that shows a commitment that I have taken, gone the extra mile to be able to do that. So attitude with an open mind, embrace the future and give everything best, right? To be able to do learning. Second, I said, very actions aligned to your aspirations. And the last one, very important, very honest. Never say anything that you have not done. Anything that is there in the resume, you should be able to validate. Very critical. Never lie, because you easily get caught. Anyone who's interviewing would have interviewed thousands of people before you. So they know. So be very honest. It's okay to say no. We appreciate that. No one is perfect. If you look at me, I'll have 100 defects. That's how human beings are. So embrace what you are, be confident what you are, be very honest about it, and come with that. So that's a simple 3 things that I would say. Yeah. So how much of time do we have? Maybe we'll take another one question, last question.
Good morning, sir. As a fresher, what kind of roles we will get, and do we have opportunity to decide our role, or like it will be assigned by the TCS?
HR, is it? Your role, what role you want to do?
Yes.
So simple thing, right? One, if you do your test performance well, you choose between these Prime, Digital and Ninja. So that's very democratized. It's on your relative performance, just like how you got your discipline in VIT. Exactly the same way you choose. And once you pick that, right, from the time we offer you, right, till we onboard, we will have several of our business leaders engaging with all the students who have been offered through our platform, right, which is our post-offer network. So suppose we offer some 5,000 students across the country. We will create a marketplace. All of you will be there, and all our leaders will put up challenges. We will have a lot of hackathons. And as you are catching, embracing, and you are able to show your leadership, you tend to get a lot more chance to be able to get that role that you aspire by actually showing your interest in participating in that. So that's how we work. So it's very democratized. Each of you do, but you have to compete with your own friend who's sitting next across, because if we have 5 positions and if she is better and you're not, then we give the person who's doing well in a platform. That's where we have.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. Thank you very much and really appreciate your patience. And for all of you from Amravati and Bhopal listening, thank you very much there for patiently being part of this as well. So thank you very much.
So we would like to recognize the students who asked the top 3 questions after the pre-placement talk. I request Mr. Sudeep to identify those questions and please come forward and take it.
Hey, you just put me on the spot. Okay, so maybe Raghu, you can take the first one. I'll take one. Top 3 questions. No. Whichever you found was the top 3 questions.
I will pick up the question that one of the girl asked about the Cornell University program in New York, Facebook. And that shows that she has done a lot of groundwork and come prepared. So I will pick up that.
Thank you. Yeah, the second one, I will pick up one on quantum computing. Again, good research done and understand what you have done. Yeah, please come. Lakshman, you want to pick the third one? Quantum சொல்றேன். நீங்க சொல்றீங்களா? The third one, maybe the role, what you look for, how to prepare.
I think the third one could be the person who asked about the role, what I need to look up and all that. Somebody asked in this.
Yeah, you. Yes. Yeah. Please.
Please. Thank you.
Come fast.
Thank you all. I would request our Director, CDC, Dr. Samuel Rajkumar, to present Mr. Raghuram Ayasamy with a photograph.
While that is happening, there's a QR code up there. It's a quick 3 minutes, 3 questions. Just give us your feedback. Just scan it up.
And I also request our Director to give away the photograph to Mr. K. Sudeep. I take immense pleasure in proposing the vote of thanks for this great August gathering and the meeting of TCS. I will start with a quote. No one who achieves success does it so without acknowledging the help of others. So we do acknowledge the help given by the great team of TCS. To start with Mr. Raghuraman Ayasamy, Mr. K. Sudeep, Mr. Lakshman Prakash, Mr. Vimal, and Mr. Ramraj. Immense thanks goes to all the team members from TCS who have taken pains in making themselves available for the students of this gathering. And thanks goes to Director CDC for organizing such a mega gala event here. And the staff who have been the backbone of all these success stories. And thanks to all the patients from all the young mining buds of VIT. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please stay back for another 5 minutes and then we can leave. Just wait for another 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. And please give us your feedback. Important, huh? Just takes you a minute. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All the best. Do well.
Yeah, please connect with Wi-Fi. It's open Wi-Fi. VIT. I'll tell you. So, 2 Wi-Fis are there. VIT 2.4 and VIT 5. connect anyone. This is only for Vellore students. Okay, so you have to log in. And for Chennai campus, please use your mobile data for giving your attendance. Okay, please connect there.
Okay, there are a couple of announcements regarding the document verification and the mock test. Okay, so the first batch of document verification and the mock test will happen for the Chennai campus students and the day scholars in the PRP block. We have the labs there. So when you are taking up the test itself, there will be volunteers who would be coming and checking up your documents, as well as you will have to take a mock test. The mock test will be for about 75 minutes. So we are giving you a mock test on TCS digital process. So this is for you to evaluate yourself and see where you are standing. So, so why are we doing this? Is because actually, see, as you all know, this year has not been a great year. Though we are comparatively better than the other campuses in terms of placements, you will see so many of you are not getting placed. And TCS is going to be one of the last chance, I would say the last major chance for all of you to get placed. So we have made this as a dream offer only, so that you will be able, see, we would like to protect your interest. In the same sense, we also would like to ensure that you at least get one job offer before you go out of the campus, because we are known for placements and we don't want you to get disappointed. But having said that, you will have to realize the current market situation. Nobody is recruiting. You can check with your any of your schoolmates who are studying in other campuses, what is their placement process they have gone through, how many interviews you were eligible for the process, and how many recruitments they were eligible for the process, and what is the scope. So TCS is an online test. TCS is an all India test where there is no restriction on the, at least on the number of people getting shortlisted campus wise. So they have limitation on the numbers this year also, this year, because of the downturn. So they are not going to hire in thousands that we usually see from VIT. It's going to be a restricted hiring. And we are doing some training programs, both online and offline. The training programs will start from today for the Vellore campus students, and I think for the other campuses, it's already started. Please take this training very seriously, because this will determine your career. So you have time till next August, September to join. In case if you get selected in TCS, you can keep this as a backup offer and start trying out for the other offers. So again, I have told, since you would have seen the 9 lakhs packages being given a super dream offer with many of the companies, but we have thought over this and wanted maximum number of students to participate in the selection process and get benefited. So please don't take anything lightly. So this is going to be, again, please don't come and say that we have not provided opportunities after this. There are other services companies that may recruit, like Cognizant and others. You would have seen Cognizant skill-based hiring they have gone through. They are allowing only those students who have completed the certification. We have given a list of certification. They are not going to allow even students who have not done the certification, even for the process, even for the test process, which means actually out of going by the yesterday's number, there are only about 300, 400 students who are eligible to go and sit for a dream offer offered by Cognizant. So that is the current situation right now. Nobody has got any recruitment numbers. This is going to be your, again, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling the fact of life. This is going to be your last big chance. So please do not miss out on it. And there may be some difficulties in the test also. So we are trying to accommodate all the Vellore students in Vellore only, because you have given 3 options. we are talking with TCS, asking them to take your first option as long as for the as far as the test center is concerned. But just in case, because this is not in their hands as well, actually, because this is the test mapping is done by another TCS Tata Group company, TCS Ion, and they will see whichever test centers that are available. So there may be a possibility that you may have to travel to take the test. Please don't consider it as a difficulty. Please do not miss out on the opportunity. Okay. So the test which we are going to do now is going to be for 1 hour. The test which you are going to do now is for 75 minutes, but the actual test will be for 1 hour and 65 minutes. So we have truncated the questions and we are giving it so that you get a insight of what's going to come in the real test. Okay. So we will also share the scores. It's not to demotivate you, so that you get interested in attending the training program. So for the Vellore campus students who are in the hostels, this training will happen in the evenings. We will ensure that you get your dinner after you go to the hostels, but please do not miss out on the training program, and you don't think that I know everything actually. So the test is going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, and you would see that for that only to get a feel of what's going to come during the real test. We are doing this mock test now. You will get to know that actually now. Okay. Please attend the mock test and the application forms. There are many people who have not completed your online registration by clicking on the apply for drive. Many of you are not even checking your emails. Please go and check your emails, because the deadlines will be very, very minimal, because that's the time pressure we are working with the recruitment teams of various companies. So please keep checking your emails with regard to the TCS process. So there will be difficulties in uploading your documents. There will be difficulty in attending the test. There will be difficulty in logistics. Please don't mind that, because it's going to be a very, very difficult year for you in terms of placements. This I told you during the orientation itself, that we can see it now. So many, usually we don't have so many students sitting for placements at this point in time. So they have delayed the process and the numbers are less. Again, I want to tell you, all of you, to take the process very seriously. Okay. Just wait for a moment. How many of you are from MSc streams? MSc, okay. So we have a good number of students here. And I know that you had very limited opportunities. This is a good opportunity for you to get placed. Okay. So don't miss out on this opportunity. And even if you are from a core engineering background, please ensure that you get an offer, and then we will try for the other ones. Okay. So we'll project the QR code for the attendance. Just open your DAB app. You have a question? Yeah. I want to get mic. I request only the Dana, only Vellore students now. Who has to take this first? Okay, just check actually whether it's working actually, because we have some. So have you all opened your Wi-Fi? Trying through the Wi-Fi?
Hello, sir. Sir, I'm a Chennai student, but I also have the Moody's test at 2 p.m. So which clashes with this mock test? Which one should I go
Come
for?
again?
I'm a Chennai student, so according to this, the mock test should be right now, right?
Right, 2
But-
o'clock.
Yeah, but the Moody's test is also at that time.
Which
Moody's
test?
test is also 2 p.m.
Moody's test we have put actually. எவ்வளவு பேர் அது? எவ்வளவு பேர் இறங்குறாங்க? நீங்க யார் டெஸ்ட் போட்டுக்கிறீங்களா? ஆன்லைனா லாப் எடுக்கிறேன். என்ன company பேரு? Modi. Moody's. How many of you are part of this Moody's process here? Can you just lift your hands? Virtual lab. Own location. Okay, whoever is part of this Moody's process, you go and give your test in the first batch with Moody's, and then we will decide later. Actually, we will give you a mock test later. Actually. Okay, whoever has got a process in the afternoon, so they can go and continue with the process, and there will be another. See, the Chennai campus students may have to leave after the buses will leave by. After the mock test, the buses will leave. So the Chennai campus students can go, even if you have not given. Actually, we will ensure that you take the mock test tomorrow there at your campuses. The Vellore campuses, students who have got clash with any of the process, you go for the process and then you can come for the mock test. Right? Okay, Chennai campus students, whoever is part of this Moody's test process, you can take the test in the PRP block, PRP test center. You need not roam around anywhere. Actually, just go to the placement test center and take the test there. Actually. Were you able to scan this one? This is a general scan, not the dab one. Normal scan. Google form. Okay, the Chennai campus students, can you please leave in case if you have done with your this one? Not able. Normal scan. Okay, if you are unable to scan, it's fine. Actually, you can go to your labs during your document verification and the mock test. We will take this one actually. Just open the doors. You can give the attendance there only. Actually.